I'd like to share with you an excerpt of a conversation that I had a few weeks ago with a 30-year-old client of mine. It is my hope that what I shared with her briefly will be a blessing to you the way it was to her. 30 years old, a single, no children, and she and I have been working together for about 2 months now. She indicated to me on a recent call that she was tired of dating. And she said she's tired of dating. She's tired of the rat race of meeting people and it not working out and whatever else. And she says, Doc, I want a family. I want to settle down. I want a family. I want to be with someone. I want to get married. I want to have children. She said probably more than getting married, she wants to have children. And, I appreciated her honesty in sharing that. And I said to her, for a lot of women her age, that is a very real desire, and there's nothing wrong with that. She says she's tired of dating and wants a family and a child. So, over the last couple of months, we've really digged into her dating challenges. And one of the things that she has is a history of emotional immaturity, a very real pattern of all of her relationships ending the same way. Whether it be of her fault or the fault of the person she's been with, her relationships have not only ended similarly, her responses to those ended relationships have been very similar in nature. Meaning she's flown off the handle, can't keep herself balanced, ended up from broken relationships to situationships with the people she was broken with because she couldn't detach from them. All connected to some parental issues she had, some challenges she had with an anxious attachment style, just so many different things going on in a very real consistent pattern over, I would say, the last 6 or 7 years. So she says, Doc, what can I do? I'm just tired of the rat race, and I really just want to be a parent, and I want to, I figure, if I become a parent, then I can really pour my focus and effort and energy into my child. And I said to her, I said, you trust me to tell you the truth, as I always have. She said, of course. And I said, I'll be honest with you. You don't need a baby. You need a therapist. And she started laughing. So did I when I said it. She says, well, Doc, that's very honest. I said, I'm being very honest with you. I said, it is cool to admire parenthood if you don't have children. It's cool to desire being a parent if you don't have children. But let me tell you something. The good times that you see people have with their children are oftentimes born in the struggles those same people have had with their children. Again, the good times that many of us see that successful parents have with their children are oftentimes born out of struggle. They're born out of hard times. It's much like social media. We see people get married or engaged, and you see all the likes and shares and all the well wishes. And if you're single and you don't have someone, you look at that and you think, oh my God, I want that. Do you really want it, or do you want the imagery that you see when it comes to marriage? And I've discovered, I said to her, that a lot of people who don't have children really don't want children as much as they want the imagery that oftentimes is portrayed in media when it comes to having children. I said, you've got some serious parental wounds that we've talked about, some daddy challenges, and some challenges even with your mom, who are, according to you, are great people. But there are some wounds and some things that you have not healed from that, frankly, if you have a child, you're more likely to just pass those wounds on to your children. She started crying a little bit on the call. And of course, I always share these stories with permission. But I said to her, I said, thank you for allowing me to share your interests, because there are a lot of single people, no children, who want children. And I'm here to tell you, if you have not healed yourself emotionally, if you have not worked on your mental stability, Lord knows, if you have not worked on your finances, if you have not worked on yourself spiritually, and even if you have not even worked on yourself physically, I'm here to tell you, children's the last thing you want. Go get a dog, get a bird, go get anything but a child, because we run the risk of passing along trauma to the next generation when we think having a child is going to solve our own trauma. Having a child is not going to solve your trauma. Having a child is not going to make you feel better about your life. Having a child is not going to make you like your life more than what you like it now. Having a child is an opportunity to raise another life. And you create that child or those children, you set them up for success a lot easier if you come into the situation making sure that you are mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and financially as stable as you can be. I said to her, I couldn't run for political office because if I did, one of the laws I would try to pass is that before you have sex, you should pass an emotional and mental examination. She went from crying to laughing, and I started laughing with her. I said, no, I'm dead serious. Like, you would have to pass an emotional and mental stability evaluation before you could actually engage in intercourse with someone, because people don't understand that the sex part and creating a baby is pretty easy. But raising a child, a healthy child, the healthy way, requires a stable parent. And there are a lot of people right now that are even watching this video who have challenges in their lives that have nothing to do with them and have everything to do with the fact that even if your parents were well-intended, they were not mentally and emotionally stable enough to bring you into this world. And so we owe ourselves and our children the responsibility to make sure we're as mentally and as emotionally fit and stable as we can possibly be, so that we don't pass trauma from ourselves to the people that are connected to us. I hope this made sense. If it did, type church in the comments with 3 R's. And then remember, you've got 2 jobs. 1, be better today than what you were yesterday. And 2, don't forget what I told you. What's up, everybody? This is Dr. Zeb. Listen, I've been dying to make this announcement for a very long time now, and I'm pleased to say that Inspire Nation has officially launched. Yes, we finally got a Facebook and YouTube community group where we're going to have exclusive content, exclusive shorts, exclusive discussion prompts, where we're going to engage with other people literally around the world who are on the same healing journey that we're on. I need you to go find these pages right now on Facebook and YouTube. Inspire Nation, follow the page, join the group, introduce yourself, and be prepared to link up with literally thousands of people around the world who are on the same healing journey, who are looking for the same resources, and who want to also be surrounded with other like-minded individuals who are growing in the same direction as you are. I'm so excited about this because it's the beginning of some great things I can't talk about right now. Listen, you got 2 jobs. 1, be better today than what you were yesterday. And 2, don't forget what I told you.